All right, we're so glad to have you join us. If you're just tuning in, this is Nigerian Decides, reaching you live on independent television. All right, now, before we went on a break, and of course we had a robust discussion with a representative of DVD. But however, we are being joined by our senior colleague, Sonny Duke Okosu. He's been behind the camera, ensuring that things are going well. Sonny Duke.
And calling the show.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I mean, the broadcast by Mr. President was timely against the background of the reactions that have trailed some of these policies that are beginning to take huge toll on the populace. Scarcity of the Naira, fear scarcity, and then a few days ago we even had network scarcity.
Of course.
I mean, it was crazy. It was
totally
really
down
crazy. I mean, yesterday Benin City was literally on a lockdown on account of the reactions towards some of these things that are biting hard on the populace. I mean, we saw that Akpabava was completely taken over by thugs. Let's not even use the word thugs, by, let's say, Nigerians, angry youths, Nigerians who were protesting over the hardship that all of these policies has brought on them. In the process, several banks were touched by these guys, and then of course we saw security agencies trying to prevail on them and bring the situation under control. This morning, that axis of the town is a no-go area because you have heavy presence of security men that have cordoned off the place, and that the president had to speak to Nigerians this morning. It's okay, but the concern has been that only 200 Naira has been approved alongside 100 Naira. 200 Naira is just for 60 days. Just for 60 days. And 500 Naira and 1,000 Naira notes, they have long become, they've been condemned to the yes, absolutely. To the trash can of history. And then it brings to mind some of the insinuations in the public space. Now, there was a Supreme Court order.
Absolutely.
All right? And that order subsists. The CBN did obey it. And for what has happened now, it looks like Mr. President is tacitly in support of what the CBN has been doing.
Of course.
In spite of the fact that all of these things, they are not there in the public space. So it's a very, very huge concern. But we'll see how all of this will pan out. You know, it's very frustrating that I had an experience yesterday. I went to an eatery. After the meal, I paid with the first ATM card. It declined, but I was debited.
Oh,
I was debited.
Okay,
so you're
declined.
Welcome to the club.
I gave another ATM card. It went well. I mean, I was debited and they were credited. But the first payment, so what's going to happen? Oh, they started appealing. Don't worry, you know, 24 hours to be reversed. Somebody was sharing experience with me, how he went to buy medication for his child. I mean, it's more than 48 hours now. Over 10,000 is just hanging there. These are the reasons.
My own 17,000 Naira. He's hanging. It's for 2 weeks now.
You're a big chick. You can afford
I'm not a big chick. I am not a big chick. Allow me cry my crime. Don't cut me short.
You're a big chick, so
I've been looking for an opportunity to cry for 2 weeks now, and I have not found an opportunity to enter into it. For the 2 times I went to the bank.
That is the biggest part of the problem.
Oh my God.
Now, how do you seek redress? How do you have these things addressed?
Okay, now, see what happened to me.
Yes.
The day it happened to me, I was like, oh, I'm going to the bank to collect my money. When I got there, I saw people fighting.
And so you just quickly carry your bag.
And I saw them being arrested for fighting in the bank premises. And I had to
leave.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't come to collect money. I'm going to my house. I do not want to.
You're done crying your cry.
If you give me more time, I'll come and cry.
All right,
more.
now the thing is, everyone have a share of this scenario. I actually went to the bank. I was debited somewhere in a petrol station, and they didn't get the money. I was debited. Right? Went to the bank, filled the form, and they told me 10 days time.
Oh, you even got the opportunity to fill the form.
You haven't gotten the money.
15 days, and at the process, my device was stolen.
Your phone was stolen?
Yes.
So you lost money and in the process lost your phone?
I wanted to create serious issue there, but because of my personality, I had to just,
comport yourself.
You have to calm down.
And crying cry your crying.
The aboki in me wanted to exorate, but I have to just let it slide. But anyway, Sonny Duke, it's not really funny. But anyway, the presidential address this morning, in a way, we go down to address some of these unrests. I think if he hadn't come out to address the nation this morning, we would have still seen a pocket of protest
here and there. At least the president has spoken, at least for the first time we see Mr. President speaking to the issues spontaneously, promptly too, and speaking to the issues in Nigeria. Not probably something happens, Mr. President is jetting out of the country to attend one conference or the other. Well, it also shows the premium that is placed on the 2023 election, that all needs to be done to be able to address these issues and continue to give Nigerians hope. But you see, even if you're giving us hope and then we're not seeing the hope materializing in terms of actually having access to Naira to be spent on some of the things that we need to spend money on, or have access to fuel to do the businesses that we want to do, there will always be agitation. So beyond the rhetorics of assurances, massaging our egos, trying to convince us that everything's going to be okay, we need to match words with action and actually make Naira available. And then secondly, make fuel available. All of this will help to douse the tension. Yeah.
Someone was saying something yesterday and I thought about it. So now that most automated teller machines, ATM, has been affected, where are we going to get money from?
That's a big issue.
It's a very big issue.
It's a big issue because the banks now within Benin City metropolis, with what has happened yesterday, all of them are grounded. So what's going to happen? How are people going to get funds?
Like yesterday, I took out time to call all my banker friends, all to check on them, to ask them, oh, how are you feeling? Was your car damaged? Because most of the bankers who have cars and their cars were parked in premises, their windscreens were destroyed.
They were damaged.
You know? I had to like call them one after the other. Still one I still have not been able to.
You even have time to call people.
I have to call people. You know, you have to call them. It's not funny.
Let's take a short break. We'll take a short break. Still Nigeria Decides, live studios of independent television. We'll take a short break. Our next guest is also a senatorial candidate. The senatorial candidate of the Labour Party is in the house, Barrister Naira We'll be talking with him in a moment. Please stay with us. We'll be back with you shortly. Don't go away.